Welcome to the Serious Shift Blogcast. We have only one question. What does Serious Shift mean to you? To answer that and much more, here's your host, Dennis Moseley-Williams.
Hi, I'm Dennis, and welcome back one more time to the Serious Shift Blogcast. Today, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I am well, and I hope wherever you are, you're well. Thank you very much for tuning into the blog. Thank you very much for the emails and comments on this latest unofficial series I've done on thinking small and truly running a small business and not getting faked out by big. So before we jump into this installment today, here's my question. My question is, are you confused about what scale means when we say we're going to scale the business? Are you confused about that? Do you think that scaling means bigger? And I'm going to explore this a little bit now with you today. Okay, so some personal history. I'm from a little town. It's a little enough town, 50,000 people, in sort of north central Ontario. It's called North Bay. If you Google North Bay, Ontario, it'll wave at you. There it is. And you'll see it's on a big lake, Lake Nipissing, that my mother lives on. My brother spends a lot of time sailing on. And once you know where North Bay is, you'll notice that Lake Nipissing is on every map, every globe in the world. Lake Nipissing is a great big lake. It's a lovely place to grow up. And in the 1970s, when I was a little guy, there was a grocery store that my parents used. It was called Passmore's. Passmore's grocery store. Mr. Passmore lived across the street from us, actually. And this was like an old general store, small. It served sort of the neighborhood and anywhere within walking distance, let's say. And it was a grocery store. It sold meat and vegetables and everything you would need. And to keep your family going, and just to give you an idea what that was, my mom and dad had 5 boys. So we were a household of 7, and my father could do grocery shopping at Passmore. So it was great. Lovely little place, quaint and cute, okay? It was small. Mr. Passmore worked at the counter. Well, years later, what have you, Big moved in. They built a big mall, big grocery stores, etc. And malls, in general, kind of killed downtown. The mall was an attraction of itself, right? It had an arcade in there and all kinds of different stores and shops and restaurants, etc. Just going to the mall itself was an event. And of course, they put the grocery store in there. And the grocery store was big and exciting. Can you see Passmore's just fading into irrelevancy? It's just becomes an afterthought. It becomes the place you go for convenience. Well, I'll just go to Passmore's because it's closer and get a single can of tomatoes. But I'm not going to do my grocery shopping there anymore because the other places become an experience, so to speak. It's certainly memorable. It's interesting. It's engaging. They're handing out little things you can taste. There's a deli section. There's more of everything. I don't want to make too many jokes about Northern Ontario, but there was an entire aisle that said, international food. You could go in and see different things from different places. It was great. And big, as it did for a very long time, eventually crushed small. They had more stuff. They had better prices. If you couldn't find it where you wanted it, the answer was always, well, go to the mall, go to the grocery store, whatever. Okay, that's the way it went. Big was better. It was part of our evolution. But this is what I'm harking on here, is that everything old is new again, or if you will, there is an opportunity now for Passmore's 2.0. Mr. Passmore's grandsons' names are Reed and Ryan. I know because I went to school with them. I've known them my whole life. Well, if Reed or Ryan, or both of them, decided that they wanted to reopen Passmore's grocery store today, they could. And now little could crush big. Here's why. Specifically, because of the internet and FedEx, every small business in the world and it can now be big. Because here's why. You got a great big grocery store. They're loaded with stuff. Right. But the small grocery store, Passmore's 2.0, it can stock things that the big grocery store doesn't carry. Little specialty items, fun items. Let's not overlook the fact that Reed and or Ryan would both be right there in the store. Smiling at you, shaking your hand, getting to know you, creating a relationship and a story. People love stories. Plus, they could get anything you wanted. They could find it on the internet instantly, and they could have it delivered to their store via FedEx in 24 hours. They could find jars of cool mushrooms from Italy. I don't know. They could find olives from Greece, cheese from wherever, anything from any place. They can find it. If you want it, they can get it and they can have it delivered. And the other is that Reed and Ryan would not be limited to being the grocery store that only serves people in the neighborhood or who could walk there. Somebody somewhere in the United States would love this little grocery store. And they would love to tell the story about how they order this one little special thing from this little grocery store in Canada, and how everything is shipped to them, delivered via FedEx, etc., etc. None of what I'm describing was possible when I was a kid. FedEx didn't exist, and certainly the internet didn't exist. And you accepted, settled, and sacrificed and took what you were offered, and that's the way it went. And we just said to each other, wouldn't it be great if we could do this? And again, not to be too regional or local here, but when you grew up in Northern Ontario, the default was, we'll get it when we go to Toronto. Okay, we'll just get it when we go to Toronto. Toronto is where civilization was, and we were living up in the frosty frontier, right? So what I'm getting at here is that we have scale. We have all screwed it up, what we think scale is. Scale isn't about getting bigger. It's about getting connected. It's not about getting bigger, it's about getting connected. Scale is about mattering more to fewer dedicated people like you. I'm trying to matter more to you, not find more of you. I just want to matter more to you. I just want to find more ways that I can delight you and engage you and have you come in and smile at me standing here at the counter, right? In the 70s, the greatest decade known to mankind, Passmores couldn't compete because of price. But in the experience economy of today, Passmores would easily find clients willing to pay a premium price for something special, something personal, and something different, something relevant to them. Okay, vive la révolution. This is where we're at. What works for Passmores in small grocery stores or corner stores or wine stores or hotels works for a financial services business too. These principles all apply. Stop screwing up scale. It's not about reaching more, it's about mattering more to the people that are already convinced. Think small, don't think big. Okay? This has been a really wonderful little series of blogs for me. I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed the dialogue, and I'm happy to have you along for the ride. Thank you very much, as always, for tuning in wherever you are. I hope you're well. Please reach out and share this little message with your friends if you think it'll help them. Until next time, take care. May the shift be with you. Take care now.
We hope you enjoyed the Serious Shift Blogcast. We would love any suggestions, feedback on topics, ideas, or challenges that may have you feeling stuck. Also, please leave a 5-star review wherever you are enjoying this content. It helps Dennis out tremendously. On behalf of Dennis and the team, see you next episode.